the one and only Kansas City Chiefs. Guys, let's talk about those Kansas City Chiefs because after a ugly Monday night loss to the Jacksonville Jaguars last week, Patrick Mahomes and company reminded everybody last night exactly who they are. And that is the best team in the entire NFL. From start to finish, the Kansas City offense was surgical. Mahomes was locked in, 257 yards through the air, 3 touchdown passes, and another one on the ground. 5 scoring drives out of 7, 1 punt all game long. That's efficiency, that's control, that is leadership, and that is championship caliber football from the Kansas City Chiefs. What stood out the most wasn't the deep ball. Mahomes only had 1 attempt over 20 yards all night long, and it was an incompletion. It was a clinic in patience. He took what the Lions gave him, attacked short zones, and let his playmakers do the rest. Xavier Worthy found the end zone on a 6-yard grab. Marquise Hollywood Brown hauled in 2 touchdowns, 9 yards and 3 yards out, both on quick, precise plays that showed how offense can win in multiple ways. And at 3-3, this isn't the same explosive Kansas City Chiefs team that we used to growing up to. But make no mistake, they're evolving and they're great. Mahomes is playing smarter, not flashier. He's using tempo, mixed regression, and short yardage dominance to move the ball up and down the field. This was vintage Andy Reid chess game, not backyard football. Now on the flip side, the Detroit Lions came on a 4-game winning streak and left with the reality check. The Lions defense was battled, sure. Terrion Arnold was out. Kirby Joseph and Brian Branch were both playing hurt. That showed. That gave up season worst 355 yards, total yards, forced 0 turnovers, and looked outmatched by the Kansas City Chiefs. Alazone, is that his name? Played his heart out, though. 12 tackles, a couple pressures, but the Lions were gassed at the end of the night. And it didn't help that things got ugly after the game as well. Brian Branch refused to shake Patrick Mahomes' hands, slapped Juju in the face, and he tried to off another one. And that's just frustration boiling over. He's already been fined multiple times this year after this year, and another one, maybe even a suspension, is coming. Meanwhile, Chris Jones, the man, the myth, the legend, what a bounce-back game he had. He got roasted last week for his lack of effort versus the Jacksonville Jaguars, but against the Lions, total redemption. 4 quarterback pressures, 3 of them coming underneath 2.5 seconds. That's dominance late in the game when it mattered the most. He forced Jared Goff into a sack by Charles Oney, and that only killed the only chance the Detroit had Lions coming back. Mahomes capped it off with another rushing touchdown, his 4th of the season, tying his career high so far. And here we are. 6 weeks in, he's tied for second among quarterbacks in rushing scores. This wasn't flashy for the Kansas City Chiefs. This wasn't pretty for the Kansas City Chiefs, but it was a statement by the Kansas City Chiefs. Kansas City Chiefs showed that they can take a punch, regroup, and control the game from start to finish. So, guys, let's get into this. Are the Kansas City Chiefs back after that dominating win over the Detroit Lions? That's right, a dominating win over the Detroit Lions. Or is this just a solid game against a banged-up defense? Guys, let me get into the comments and let me ask you guys this question. Are the Kansas City Chiefs the real deal? Are they the man, the myth, the legends? Or is this simply just a 1-game fluke? Guys, this is a live interactive show, so drop your comments down below as we are live every Monday through Thursday at 9 p.m. East Coast time here for a couple of weeks, and we're going back to the Friday show. But on the other side,